I'm Chris Jones, your host. Welcome to the Art and Business of Writing podcast. Welcome back to the Art and Business of Writing podcast. I am your host, Chris Jones, and today we're going to be talking about domain and hosting, two very important things to launching your author website. This is part one of two. Next week, we will talk about what needs to go on your author website, but today we're going to talk about the fundamentals, the domain and hosting package, what you need to look for, what you should get, and what you should buy. But before we do that, let's have a word from our sponsor, Jamie Raintree. Hey writers, do you struggle to create a strong writing habit? Let me tell you about an easy-to-use spreadsheet hundreds of writers have come to depend on. With the Writing and Revision Tracker, you simply enter the amount of words you've written or pages you've revised at the end of each day, and it will automatically calculate your daily, weekly, monthly, and annual totals for up to 8 projects. Set monthly goals and watch the colorful graphs grow. To find out more or download your copy, visit Jamie Raintree, that's JamieRaintree.com. All right, and we're back. So, what you need to know about domains. Domains are the thing that you put in the address bar after the www dot. That is your domain name. And so you want to make sure you choose that with extreme care. Your domain is the driving force behind your online brand, and it's imperative that you chose the domain that's right for your brand, the one that reflects you, and the one you can live with for the long haul. Changing domains isn't difficult, but you don't want to get in the habit of passing out business cards or other material that have your domain only to have to reroute that and change your domain in the future. So I remember when I was searching for my domain, I knew that I would never find www.chrisjones.com. For posterity's sake. There are just too many other Chris Joneses. Anyway, no surprises there. I couldn't find chrisjones.com. So what I did was I devised a list. I wrote 1 through 25 on a piece of paper, and I said, okay, what are the 25 domain names that I would like to use for my website? And so as I wrote them out, one that stood out to me was Chris Jones Inc. with a K. I'm a writer, so I wanted something that signified that I was a writer, but I did want my name to be associated with my brand. So once I looked up on the GoDaddy search engine, Chris Jones Inc., I was surprised to find that it was there, and I purchased that. I also purchased the chrisjonesinc.net the first year and the chrisjonesinc.info just to make sure that nobody else would take those, and no one has taken them. And those domains I do not possess still, but I definitely recommend that if you're going to go long haul that you do possess your .com, .net, .info on whatever you choose. But think about, again, the creative side of your profession or your professional side, how you want to represent yourself. Some people like to use very whimsical names because that's how they're known and that's their personality, and some people want strictly professional names if you're looking to be an influencer and you're writing in the nonfiction space. Now, your domains are not going to be expensive. That's the best part about it. Domains are really inexpensive the first year. I recommend that you use GoDaddy.com to register your domains. Why? GoDaddy is one of the most inexpensive domain providers. You can go on GoDaddy on a good day and find your domain for 99 cents for the entire year, sometimes $1.99, sometimes $2.99. So it's a steal to go to GoDaddy and find your domain there. And then after the first year, of course, you're going to pay the full $15.99 or $16.99 or whatever the price may be for that particular domain. But definitely go to GoDaddy.com and register your domain there for 99 cents a year if they've got that deal. Sometimes you can do a call-in. You can call GoDaddy.com and they'll help you on the phone and give you even better deals. So we'll talk about hosting in the next section, but definitely lock in your domain. It's very important. Other domain considerations. If you're starting a book series, you may want to get a domain for the name of your book or the entire book series. Another consideration you may have also is if you're going to be using Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups. Collect the domain for those groups also. So one good friend of mine, Mark Mawini, who is over at Natural Born Coaches, has a Facebook group of about 4,000 called The Coaching Jungle. And in The Coaching Jungle, what he did was he captured the domain, The Coaching Jungle, and that points all the way to his Facebook page. So think about other marketing material, not just your domain for a website, but also domains for social media. With email, email is an important part too of your author brand. Everybody wants to have, author at authorname.com. It's very important. I've done that. Many other authors do that. Having a Gmail or a Yahoo or a Hotmail extension kind of knocks off of your professionalism. So for about $30 a year, you can totally knock that out and have your branded domain name run through GoDaddy or any hosting provider that you choose to run your information through. And then you can use Google Apps to run your email. If you're a person who really loves Gmail, I like Gmail, I like the interface of Gmail, I like how it's set up, and I like Google Calendar. You can use Google Apps to host that account. So you just get a Google Apps account for about $5 a month and then run your email through that, and then you can have your email and your Google Calendar running through Google Apps, which is a great and sweet deal. Now, moving on to your hosting plan. There are 3 hosting providers that I recommend. Now, when I talk about hosting, what I want you to know is there is a difference between a self-hosted website and a non-self-hosted website. A non-self-hosted WordPress website, which is what I recommend, WordPress, you would see the URL looking something like this, http://authorname.wordpress.com. It's not a bad starting point, but at some point you're going to want to go more robust with a self-hosted site. It's a lot like renting an apartment. You don't own the building, you don't even own the apartment, you're just leasing the space. And it's the same thing, you're leasing the space from WordPress.com, but you don't get the full capabilities of being the homeowner. You can't make any improvements or upgrades in the same manner that you could with a self-hosted website. So if you visit GoDaddy.com, you can self-host there. I've self-hosted at GoDaddy for about 10 years now. I've had very few problems there. Their tech support is fantastic. They help you with anything. Quick phone call will fix a lot of little ticky-tack issues that you could run up against. But GoDaddy gives you one-click WordPress setup. And one-click WordPress setup basically is all you do is press a button and it sets up the WordPress administrative panel for you. And all you have to do is put your template on top of it. The WordPress hosting is about $3.99 per month with a good first-timer deal. And you get 10 gigabytes of solid-state storage, which is important because then you can store all the images that you need there. If you want to put copies of books, whatever you may want to put on your site, you got 10 gigabytes of space, which is plenty of space. The next one is Bluehost. This one's widely recommended by a lot of the influencers in the writing industry, and it's also recommended by WordPress. Their plans begin at $349 to $599 per month. Some are a little higher depending on how much space and how many URLs you want to add. But it comes with a free domain. It comes with unlimited email and 24 hours of domestic support. So it's definitely the better of the two so far. The third one is HostGator. HostGator packages start at $636 per month. And with their hosting package, you get unlimited domains, one-click WordPress installation, 24-hour customer support, as you do with the other two. But in addition, you get unlimited email accounts for an additional $10 per month. So you can have as many emails as you want. Plus, you can add constant contact for your email marketing if you plan on using email marketing to reach out to clients or list build for just pennies on the dollar there too. So HostGator also offers you an opportunity to demo their control panel so you can see what the HostGator platform looks like on the back end. So there are no really wrong decisions with these three. You could choose any one of them and be perfectly comfortable using any of them for your hosting account. So here are your action steps for today or this week or this month. Consider your URL. What domain do you want to be recognized as professionally? 2, set the email up to go with it, and if you want to run it through Google Apps, run it through Google Apps. And 3, get the hosting nailed down. Pick your hosting provider, set up your one-click WordPress install, put your theme template on top of it, and run away with getting your site up and running. Next week, we're going to talk about what needs to go on an author website, all the important components that you're going to want to add on to make your author website look professional and guide the reader through. Until next time.